Imagine a courtroom scene. A witness points a finger, their voice firm, their gaze unwavering. "I am absolutely certain," they declare. "That's the person I saw." For jurors, for judges, for anyone listening, that unwavering confidence feels incredibly powerful, doesn't it? It feels like the ultimate proof, a solid, undeniable fact. But what if I told you that this deeply held belief, that confidence equals accuracy, is often, profoundly, and sometimes tragically, wrong? This isn't just an academic debate. It's a silent crisis that has led to countless wrongful convictions, reshaping lives and shattering trust in our justice system. The topic of eyewitness memory, and specifically why a witness's confidence often bears little relation to the accuracy of their recall, is one of the most crucial and actively researched areas in psychology today. It's a trending issue because the stakes are incredibly high: human freedom and ultimately justice itself. The Innocence Project, for example, reports that mistaken eyewitness identification is the leading cause, accounting for a staggering 69% of DNA exonerations. That's a powerful and heartbreaking statistic. Our minds are amazing things, capable of incredible feats. But when it comes to memory, especially in high-stakes situations, we often misunderstand how it truly works. We tend to think of our memory like a video camera, recording events perfectly, ready to play them back exactly as they happened. But the truth is far more complex, and frankly, a bit messier. Memory isn't a recording, it's a reconstruction. Every time we retrieve a memory, we're not pulling up a pristine file. Instead, we're actively rebuilding it, piecing together fragments, filling in gaps, and sometimes inadvertently altering details. Think of it less like a video and more like a puzzle you put together each time you look at it. And sometimes we accidentally use the wrong pieces, or even create new ones. This reconstructive nature makes memory incredibly susceptible to influence. Let's break down how this process unfolds and where it can go awry. We can think of memory in three main stages: encoding, storage, and retrieval. First, encoding, or the initial acquisition of information. This is when an event is happening, and our brain is trying to take it all in. But imagine a stressful situation, say witnessing a crime. Your heart is pounding, your focus might narrow intensely on a weapon, known as weapon focus. Your attention might be scattered, the lighting poor, or the event over in seconds. All these estimator variables, as researchers call them, factors related to the event or the witness that we can't control, can severely impair the initial encoding of details. High stress, for instance, often doesn't sharpen memory, it blurs it. Next comes storage, the period where this information is retained in our minds. Over time, memories can fade, details can become fuzzy, and even subtle distortions can creep in. Just like a photograph can yellow and lose clarity over years, our memories can degrade. And then there's retrieval, the act of recalling the memory. This is perhaps the most vulnerable stage of all, especially when external influences come into play. This is where system variables become critical, factors that are controllable by the justice system. For example, suggestive questioning after an event, repeated questioning, or even confirmatory feedback, where a witness is told they made a correct identification. "Good job, we thought it was him too," can subtly or not so subtly alter a memory, making a witness feel more confident, even if their memory isn't accurate. This brings us back to the heart of the matter, the confidence-accuracy relationship. Decades of research consistently show that, in general, there is a surprisingly weak link between how confident a witness is and how accurate their memory actually is. A person can be absolutely convinced they are right, yet be completely mistaken. It's not a deliberate lie, it's a trick of the mind. Our brains can generate a feeling of certainty even when the underlying memory is flawed. Explaining a nuance.
Now, it's important to note a crucial nuance here. While a blanket disregard for eyewitness confidence used to be common, recent groundbreaking research suggests that under very specific, almost pristine conditions, high confidence can reliably indicate high accuracy. What are these pristine conditions? We're talking about an initial identification made early in an investigation, before any potential contamination from suggestive questioning, feedback, or repeated viewings of suspects. Crucially, the witness's confidence must be documented at that very first moment. If these conditions aren't met, if confidence is expressed hours, days, or weeks later, especially after any reinforcing information, then that confidence is far less reliable. In fact, low confidence almost always signals a high risk of error. Scientists have even found distinct neural patterns using fMRI brain scans. Different parts of the brain light up for objective accuracy versus subjective confidence. It shows us that these are truly separate mental processes. we can fall into what's called a certainty trap, where we overestimate the reliability of confident memories, both our own and others. So, what can be done? This isn't a problem without solutions. The scientific understanding of eyewitness memory has paved the way for critical reforms in the legal system. The debates today often center on implementing these research findings effectively. For instance, optimizing lineup procedures is paramount. Recommendations include double-blind administration. The person conducting the lineup shouldn't know who the suspect is, preventing unconscious cues to the witness. Clear instructions. Witnesses should be told that the perpetrator might not be in the lineup and that it's okay not to make an identification. Appropriate foil selection. The other people in the lineup, foils, should resemble the witness's description of the perpetrator, not just the suspect. And critically, documenting the witness's confidence statement at the time of the initial identification. This first identification, first confidence rule is key. There's also a recognized need to educate everyone involved: law enforcement, legal professionals, and especially jurors. Laypeople often hold beliefs about memory that diverge sharply from scientific consensus. Expert testimony in court can help explain the fallibility of memory and the factors that influence it, allowing jurors to weigh eyewitness accounts with a more informed perspective. In conclusion, eyewitness memory, while often compelling, is not the infallible video recording we instinctively believe it to be. It's a reconstructive process, susceptible to a myriad of influences that can distort or even create false details, leading to confidence that doesn't align with accuracy. Understanding this fundamental truth is crucial. It's not about discrediting witnesses or undermining the importance of their accounts. Instead, it's about acknowledging the complex reality of human memory and working diligently to implement best practices that protect against wrongful convictions. By embracing scientific evidence and continuously refining our investigative and courtroom procedures, we can strive for a justice system that is not only fair, but also truly accurate. The journey towards a more nuanced understanding of memory is an ongoing one, but it's a journey well worth taking for the sake of true justice.